So, Sound Test, 1, 2, 3.
Nein, es ist falsch rum so.
Sound Test, 1, 2, 3. So.
Nein, es ist falsch rum so.
So, hello everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. So, how are you, Mahtab? Are you ready for the live stream?
I'm very well, Max. Very well. How about you?
I'm fit for today's live stream. I'm really looking forward to what we are doing today.
You see, we prepare a lot.
We prepared a lot of things.
Thanks to my company.
Yeah, true,
For
true.
Christmas gifts. Yeah, we are very excited, guys, today. And Merry Christmas to all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are very
All right. So we have prepared a lot of things, and as you see, I can maybe show you at least one. So you see, we have two cameras. Oh no, I have to take that one. Now you see, we have two cameras, so Mahtab
Yes,
can
yeah.
answer that one. I can talk with you in that one. Fantastic. We can collect them all by each other, so like that. We have prepared some small preparation for all of you. We have prepared some.
And Merry Christmas, Deepak, Rohan.
Deepak,
Wow, we have so
Rohan.
many viewers.
Yeah, 10 viewers already there. So I'm just moving that around, and let's go first to that one. I think
There is echo.
there's echo. Yeah, I hear that too. I hope it's now away, hopefully. So
You remove it, Max.
it was just a test for myself so that I hear everything correctly. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, this one. Okay. Now it should be gone. No echo anymore.
Do you have also a mustache? No. Oh.
No, I think mustache we don't have. You have to
No.
draw it yourself.
Yeah, that's why. I wanted just to have it here, but I have to put it here. How are you doing, guys?
Exactly. How are you on these 2 fantastic days, or the last days on Christmas?
I'm not sure. In India, do they also
I saw some fantastic
Happy
dancing
Christmas?
movies, but I
do they
don't
have
know.
also Christmas? I don't know.
We are very fine, Rohan. Had a perfect start in the day. Had some very quiet Christmas days. And yeah, so maybe we can talk a little bit what we have planned for today, Mahtab. So,
Yes, we can do it. And
Mhm.
in the meanwhile, guys, it would be great if you can tell us from which country you are and if you have Christmas. I'm really curious about it.
Nice candy glasses. Doing good in Nairobi, Kenya.
What
Nice.
did you guys from the cool. Because because I'm originally from Iran and we don't have actually Christmas in our country. So this is the reason why I'm asking about it.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm from Germany. We have a lot of Christmas, and I really love Christmas because it's a quiet, calm time, and we can think about the stuff that we have done the last year, what we have done with our families, and also get together with the families. This year it's a bit difficult, everything, of course.
With the pandemic is everything crazy.
Yeah, but still, we try our best. And today we just want to get a little bit of a recap. We want to think about the last year, what we have achieved, what we have done with you guys, with the community. We want to talk with Mahtab a little bit. I invited her after a long absence here on the channel and asked her a little bit how she's doing with her new job, how she's doing as a software engineering in general, and also how the last year was for her. And I really hope that you are interested in all of that. If you have questions for us,
Please just write it in the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
And look at that. The MA is from Qatar and they don't have Christmas as well. How the world is celebrating Christmas. Yes,
So-
exactly like we.
Fantastic.
Good, Max.
All right.
So let's have our Flutter Explained Christmas.
All right, so let's start maybe with the screen share that I prepared here. So, okay, that is of course on the opposite side, you know, me and Technic, we will have always technical difficulties here on the channel. I think
Yes.
that is the only thing that keeps going for the whole year. All right, so we prepared a little preparation for this year where we can celebrate what we have done, what we have talked about, and also see how we go further. And I should maybe take that over. So now you should see that in perfect. Cool. So let's get started. What have we done last year with Flutter Explained? I mean,
It happened a lot.
it happened really a lot. And I mean, we started in January, or better, I started, right? When I dropped every day a video and we evolved and getting better and better.
You started with a 30 days, 30
Yeah,
30
thanks to
videos.
Florian Pop.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
was crazy. Yeah.
And you told me just that you would like to realize your dream.
Yeah,
and
true.
Be a YouTube creator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And thanks to
content
you,
creator.
you also helped me a lot with that. And today is special because it's the second day of Christmas. And yeah,
It's the
I'm-
third day.
third day? No, Holy Night
yeah,
is
okay.
not really a Christmas day. So it's
Okay. So
it's in Germany
Christmas
really much
Eve,
celebrate.
Yeah.
But it's not Christmas Eve is not so much in other countries. I hear that.
What's so special today is asking Deepak.
Yeah. As I said, we want to have a little recap and things that we have done, and we'll also want to have a Q&A with Mahtab and also talk a little bit what's going on in the family here on Flutter. So Flutter community.
So
And it's getting warm here inside, right? With
Yeah.
all the lights.
do you want to jump to our agenda?
Yes, we can do that. So what is our agenda? We want to quickly understand what is our goal for today, want to talk about what we have achieved in the last year, want to talk about things that we want to do in the next year
It's
And-
still this year, Max.
and still this year. Yeah, what?
We want to talk about what we achieved this year. This is still 2020.
Yes, but yeah, true.
Recap and goal for 2021.
True, and we want to think about what we will do in the future to be active for you guys. And yeah, so let's start with key figures.
Oh,
I was
yes.
directly going into the important stuff, what we have done. We have 170 videos on this channel now for Flutter that are or just highly accurate for Flutter. We try to make tutorials, started with that stuff. And if we take away, if you look on the right here, on the bottom, you can see that, I think I can do that with a laser pointer, right? Oh yeah, look at that. So here you can see the graph, how we grow at the end, and we really managed to get really high at the moment. And this is fantastic solutions. We have over 200,000 views on this channel.
Almost, yeah.
That is
It's-
incredible if you think
I
about it.
think it's not something that we dream of that
Nah,
at the beginning,
never.
right?
Especially if you think about it, 200,000 people, even if you have a talk about with a lot of people, you will never have 200,000 people in one room. It's like
That's
you've got
right.
president of the United States where there's a whole place of thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah,
That's
and look
really
at that.
great.
I mean, at the beginning we had this amount of, is this watch time?
This is views in this
This
case.
is the views. And look at that, how low the graph is and how it's growing.
Yeah.
It's
I've-
just crazy.
Ridiculous, yeah. And I think the next numbers are crazy, like 10,000 hours of watch time. Can you
Yeah.
imagine what 10,000 hours means? That means that
But with 10,000 hours, people just looked at our faces and hear our voices.
yeah, and try to understand what we are talking about. True.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, and additionally, thanks to you guys, we received 17 donations to keep up and running with our channel. And also there, we want to take a look into how we manage it with a little bit of money involvement, as you can see already with the revenue and so on. So because you are, you can't actually see it. I see it right now, but you will see it in a second. I want also to give you an understanding what it means economically. So how does the channel look like if we think just about money? Because that is most people are interested in, I guess.
Should I just...
Oh, you can also move
oops,
yourself
sorry
around.
guys, just a minute. Oh, now you can see everything.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
I think we can even move also this one up. Then we can see the graph a little bit better.
Yeah, and also the revenue.
Yeah, and I think I have to press the button.
Good point, Max.
Yeah, and I think that shows how much you enjoy our videos and also how much we enjoy it, because I
Mhm.
think every time we do and create a video, we're getting happier and happier, and the stuff is really taking us with. And we really hope for the next couple of years how it goes further.
Yeah, and do you know what I'm thinking about at the moment? Is every time when we want to create a video,
Yeah.
we are thinking about the topic.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, I think one of the most hardest thing to
Mhm.
creating a video or a presentation or whatever is to choose a right topic.
That's true, yeah.
And we did it, and we create a lot of videos, and
Move that camera a little bit.
Yeah.
I just see that my face is a little bit cut off. I think that would help.
Just a minute.
Just turn it a little
Wait.
bit.
Max, I need
So live streaming technical issues, you know.
Okay, like that. It's much more easier.
Yeah.
I just moved
You
the
can
whole
see-
tripods.
Mahtab didn't work with the whole new technical stuff that we have with the
It's
whole
true.
equipment, so
It's
everything is
actually-
new for her.
Yes, but what I wanted to
Yeah,
say
sorry.
is that you are thinking hard about the topic,
Mhm.
and at the end, there's always some need for, even if there are easy topics or
Yeah.
I don't know,
Indeed.
self-explained topic. You have always, for most of the videos we have watched, there's no videos that we didn't have any viewers.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
Max? Am I
No,
true?
everything is watched at least once, and I think even the basic examples are getting important, and I think we will see that in a second, because Mahtab prepared something from the last year when she made her very first video.
Oh no, Max, did you
about-
really?
about a topic that every one of us knows, I guess, and that is still interesting for a lot of people. And as I said, it was Mahtab's first video, so we will get an impression on how good you learned to teach and to educate other people in technical issues.
Yeah.
But we will
I
hear
can't
about
wait
that
to
more
see that.
later.
Oops.
Okay, so let's see if I can go further on that presentation stuff here. So a little quiz for today, and I will move again our faces onto another place. So move it like that. Fantastic. So what do you think, guys, are the most important or the most watched videos on our channels? So what do you think? The most videos on our channel? Let's start with the number 4. So what is the 4th most watched video on our channel?
I think it's something related to state management.
State management? Okay.
It's always a hot topic,
Okay.
I think.
A very good guess, I guess. But what is the chat thinking? What are you thinking is one of the most watched videos here on the channel? And don't look at the channel. So let's see if we get some answers. We wait, I don't know, maybe till 1 minute
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. But
And in the meanwhile, we can see and read what's going on in the chat.
yeah, congratulations, nice achievements. Thank you, thank you. I think we managed that all together. It is something that we all did. Yeah, this is intentional. Yes, Thomas, a very good question. We decided that on Twitch we will make always live streams regarding to a non-clear topic. So if we don't have a clear topic that is get covered, like I want to code for 4 hours or something about a topic that we don't want to work on, then it will be on Twitch. But if it has a specific topic, like today, we want to explain or talk a little bit our business plan for our startup as Flutter Explained, then we will do it on YouTube. So the Viking logo video, a very good guess, but I can tell you that we had some issues with live streaming on YouTube. I think live streaming on YouTube was always a bit not so much watched. So the 4th most watched video.
Oh, because your tweet linked to Twitch.
Oh, that's sad.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you,
for
Thomas.
mentioning that.
I
hope
didn't
that
really
it
check
is.
that. That's
Yeah,
a good
okay.
point. All right, but how are you? Happy to see you. Hey, Moal. So the 4th
really?
most is yours with
Is
Mac.
it the math method?
Yeah, so you see, it's pretty basic. Everyone needs it
It's
every day,
basic.
but still, it is one of the most watched video on this channel. Yeah, so
Okay.
so you really managed it to come to the top 4,
Okay.
which is very cool. I really like that.
I
to be
didn't
honest.
expect it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was somehow the method was in
Mm-hmm.
a list, but that was one of the topics that I needed a little bit more time to understand what's going
True.
on.
Yep.
And therefore I decided to create a video because I could also learn better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but great to see that I'm in one of the 4th best videos, Max.
Yeah. I think it has around 6,000 viewers this year.
Wow,
so
okay.
it is really a lot of people who are interested in that. Then we have the second one is state management, as you already guessed. So it's Qubit,
video.
which is interesting because it's the only state management tutorial that I did, which is actually deprecated. So because Qubit is now again inserted into Block, and still yesterday I received a comment on YouTube. Why is Qubit inserted inside of block pattern, and you shouldn't take that anymore? So maybe I should make a deprecated flag on the thumbnail or something that everyone is aware that this is not anymore just a package for itself. Yeah, but interesting.
We have
and now,
always plans.
yeah, and now top 2 and top 1. What do you think?
The top to a blog video.
Unfortunately, we don't have yet a blog video, but it will come soon, hopefully.
The next video, what can it be? Maybe about solid principle?
Yeah, I hoped that, but...
is it also mentioned in the chat?
Yeah.
I'd like to show more current content around
A
solid.
blog video,
Okay. What about another list method?
Another list method, that would be amazing because you did the most of the list methods, true?
So I wanted just to bring some hope for myself.
Yeah, but interesting enough, the most watched videos, and I really didn't thought about that this would happen because the explanations of the Flutter.dev website are amazing for these topics. But both of the next videos are, and this is really interesting, let me check if I can go further. Yep.
Wow.
Install Flutter on macOS, which was the second most watched video, and the first one is
the Windows. Come on.
So right.
Yeah.
So the installation videos have been the most clicked videos, and I think it makes sense if you start with Flutter, you want to see how you can start it. But I thought when I saw the website of Flutter.dev, it is really self-explanatory. I thought so everything is already there, precise, everything works, and so on. It was very interesting.
But should I say something, Max? As I started in my new company and I had to set up everything, I
also
laid our own install of the Flutter on Mac OS, and I go through each step to set up it on my MacBook.
Yeah.
So you did it really great.
Even Thomas says now that it's very easy on Mac, and I think the same, but still people are interested in how to install Flutter. So it is still
to set up the path.
Path variables, check out how everything works. Yeah. Maybe in the future there will be homebrew even, then it's getting more interesting. Then I can recreate a video, I guess, because that would be then a one line in the terminal.
Yes.
All right.
So, great.
So much to videos. Yeah. Also used it for desktop and Mac. Perfect, Hamish. Yeah, so let's come to a little bit of our win and loss calculation. So some money, money in our business.
I see something red on the bottom.
Yeah, which makes us nervous, right?
Which is not green, and it could make us nervous, but we are positive.
I'm convenient, that is all good. So as you maybe have seen in the last couple of months, that the quality of the videos skyrocketed, and that is mostly because we have someone who is cutting them for us. And this is currently our biggest money loss part, where we've invested some money into it, because what we felt is that I lose much time in post video editing. It's something that I'm not really good at. People don't really enjoy the videos at the end, and so I searched someone that I can work with someone together, give that stuff off, and work instead. So I go to projects and work there. So you can see we had some consulting there. We talked about thumbnails. We have equipment, which was very expensive this year. So we are now with 500 euros for equipment. As you can see, this lighting there, stuff, monitor, and so on and so forth.
Everything costs money. So.
Yeah. Then our donations to Fel Angelov, I think, and the other one is Remy, I think. I'm not sure. So they got some donations there. And Streamlabs Pro. So that is the part that we use that always makes troubles, unfortunately, so maybe I have to get rid of that in the next year, but yeah. And we got some income. We got some money from Buy Me a Coffee. That is one of our income streams where I answered questions or something like that. We had advertisement on YouTube that you see the number beforehand on the graph.
Yes.
And Streamlabs itself. So there is a website, I think flutterexplained.live or something, where you can go and give us donations, which helped us a lot, as you can see. So in general, we have 700 minus, but let's be honest, the most of it is equipment, and we really hope to increase that number so that we can keep up our work here on YouTube.
Exactly, we don't need equipment anymore for next year or the coming years, so we can cover it. Exactly,
so that is the idea behind everything, how it goes on and on and on. Hey, Ambati, nice to see you. Yeah, so I see already you shuffle your question because that was everything.
No, I didn't, I just want to prepare them.
Okay, all right. I think that was it for the presentation. So we are done with that. And now let's jump over to that. All right. I have to click here everywhere. So I'm not feeling... That made me sad. Oh, no worries. That's all good. I think that is planned from our side. So
what's going on? I didn't...
Moel Layeli? I'm very bad with names. Sorry for that.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, it makes him sad. But I think that is the first part. It's the first step. As I said, I want to work with this Flutter Explained like a startup. So that's why I'm talking also about figures, that we see how we grow, how we involved, and also it's an investment from our side, of course. So we want to see that it grows, and we really like that. And they are work harding. Yeah, exactly. So we are also trying.
I think it's about the Flutter problem that there is at the moment.
Yeah, true. There was
discussion is going in the chat.
I got also some information from a friend of mine on LinkedIn. He sent me a message if this is true with the metal problem, and if the performance is really bad, and that Apple destroyed Flutter. And this is I don't want to say that word, but it's a hoax. It's something like made up. Of course, Flutter is still working, but it's of course a bit slow at the moment. So I guess there is an issue open on Flutter, and they work on that. And I really, really hope that they will solve it fast, because people are getting really nervous about that.
Yes. I mean, there are big companies that are using Flutter. So
exactly. I think if you use as a big company Flutter and you rely 100% on it, then of course you are afraid that stable versions will not solve all the problems. But you have to think about that Apple is really a big ecosystem, and they really changed they really changed a lot in their pipelines at the moment. So I hope really that they work on that. Well, I'm pretty sure that they work on that. If I invest my time next year on Dart server side, indeed, I really want to do that, because what I learned is I'm started now this year mostly in the front end. So we worked a lot with Flutter itself as a front end tool, but now I want to see, or my plan for the videos actually is to go a little bit more into full stack development with Flutter, maybe with WebSockets, or talk a little bit about what is a server, how is the architecture working. Flutter is a UI tool. As a server tool, we maybe use something in Dart. I'm not sure, with Aqueduct or with Shelf or something like that. I think that sounds great.
Max, did you close the PowerPoint? Did we answer all the questions?
On the PowerPoint, I think we have everything.
And from the agenda?
The recap. I thought we make now the Q&A together, and then at the end we just make a small recap together.
Perfect.
So yeah, that works. You are most welcome.
So guys, if you have any question about ourselves and our career path,
I think I wrote there two interesting things. So hi, Merry Christmas. Will there be more Solid series? Yes, I want to talk about Solid also in the future. I have no actual date yet when it goes further with that series, I have to admit. Mahtab, your lists are very clear and easy to understand with real life scenario example. Thank you. So
great. See? Thank you to hear that. Thanks for your comment. That's
really amazing. Cool. And not another blog video. Okay. Let's see. I think I have to do it. Yeah, because it's also a state management solution, and we try to get all of them done so that everyone can decide at the end which one is best for him. But let's see. I don't know. Currently, nothing is planned.
Yeah.
All right. So you prepared some questions. Oh, God.
I prepared some questions for Max, and I think you have also some questions for myself. Yeah. Let's see. So, Max, I know that you love technology and computer.
Indeed, yes.
I'm just curious to know, or probably I hope that our viewers are also curious. When did you get your first computer?
My first computer I received with 6 years, actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the best thing was my whole family received one. My sister, my mom, and I. And they started to, everyone had his computer. And if you are the only one who is really interested, you start you take the best things out of this computer, put it in one computer, you take the other thing and take the best things of that and put it in your computer. And I was the only one who could play Roller Coaster Tycoon in the old days. So was a high resource powerful game at that time.
I wanted to ask, is
the
game?
It's a game. Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm not the best one.
Yeah,
in games, but okay.
That was my first experience with computers, and
with 6 years old. So I think probably around 12 or 13 that I
With the first computer.
With first computer. So I didn't even have my own computer. It was also from my sister, and I was also very curious and interested in computer, but I never ever had permission to touch her computer.
Okay.
Till she had some. Till she has a problem, and I just said, I know what's going on.
Okay.
And that was the first hook that I could get to reach the computer. Great.
All right.
Do
Let
you
me
want
see if
to
I have the
change
question.
now?
Yeah, let me ask the
better,
next question. Yeah,
do you
because
have your question?
huh?
Do you have your question?
I have my questions here.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
I'm always that good prepared. No.
Yeah, I see.
It's just let me ask the question because I think that is. I mean, I know you now a long time, right? And I helped you also with the last years and how to get further and so on and so forth. But before we start to talk about too much about that, I would like to know, what is your path until now? How did you come from, I know that you are not a software engineer from the university, right? And I would like to know your journey about that to today, because I hear you have also now work as a software engineer, right? As a Flutter developer in Germany at one of the biggest retailers in Europe, I guess, right?
Yes.
So tell us about your story.
So it's gonna be probably a long story. I try to make it as short as possible. So as you mentioned, Max, I didn't study software engineering or informatics or whatever. I studied industrial engineering. I did my bachelor study in Iran, and I came to Germany to continue with my master study. After I completed my master study, I started in a sales department for 3 years.
All right.
But as I mentioned before, I was always interested and curious about computer. And I knew that I really loved the technology and also the problem-solving part from the computer. But I don't know why, don't ask me, I studied industrial engineering. Yeah, whatever. After that, I started in a sales department as an internal account manager for 3 years in a pipeline company, I would say, where we produce some metal stuff. And during this time, I knew Max already, and I always saw how excited is Max every day when he came back from the job and explained me the whole story from the whole day about what did they develop, what are the problems, what he plans to improve in himself, in yourself, and how he wants to solve the problems and futures. And I had to hear that really mostly every day. And I was like that, today I spoke with the customers, tomorrow I should again speak with the customer and solve the problem, and so on and so far. After a while, I mentioned to Max, to be honest, I really like to learn about coding and programming language. And he said, why not? Give it a try. And it was like that, but I should always work 8 hours a day, and I don't have enough time. After a while, I'm not sure anymore if you found the Udacity course for me or myself. I would say probably you. He found the Udacity course, which is Intro to Programming. And I thought, why not? I will give it a try and figure out if I like coding. I started in January 2017 with Udacity, which means 3 years ago. And that was a 6-month coding course with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and a little bit Python. This 6 months was so hard for me. I was so often...
I will never forget when you had your finish of the project, when you had to create a memory game in JavaScript and HTML.
I was so frustrated. I was so often, that was with sweating, with really excitement, with frustration, with everything. I mean, easy topics like variable. I couldn't understand why I need variables, for example. Right. I had so many problems. Okay, we will maybe come back to this topic later. But I could at the end, after 6 months, complete my Intro to Programming course. And after that, we decided to go to world travel.
Yeah, true.
During the world travel, I had an amazing partner who just asked me most of the time questions regarding programming language and
What is a
coding.
function? What is a method? What is an attribute? What is a variable? Where are the differences?
Why do we need classes? Why do we say it's a method when it is in a class? Why it's not a function or always?
By this way, because before we go further, we got a question that a lot of people are maybe interested, and that is, how did we both met? I mean, you are Iranian, right? You told that already.
Yeah, I'm Iranian.
Maybe this is a question that we should answer first. So how did we two met?
Okay,
And
we
when?
met each other on a friend's birthday.
True.
This is an answer, actually. Short answer.
Okay.
We met each other in a friend's birthday,
True.
and in this time I wrote my master thesis. And Max, the only person that you didn't know on this birthday was me, right?
Yeah, true.
And he was for sure curious about this lady.
Of course. The problem was she was Iranian, and I, as a German, I know as much from the Middle East than I think everyone on the world who is not from there, I guess. I just know that
Or
there is a
maybe
lot
not
of
interested.
war. I didn't know that there is like, to be honest, if you get a map of the Middle East to me and I should find Iran, today I would find it. But 5 years before, it was a problem. I think my opening line was, "You have a lot of fun in Iran," right, or something like that.
And that was the point that I said, okay, he doesn't know anything about this country.
Yeah, so I was really smooth, and I had no problems at all with our first met and get together. So
Yeah, and I will never ever forget that on this afternoon I explained the whole my master thesis.
Oh yeah, true.
You.
I remember that we had that we talked about your master's thesis, and I think 3 months later you had a very good idea, right? I asked you for a date out. We were going somewhere, and can you explain what we exactly take a look at?
Do you mean the Daimler?
Yes, exactly.
So he asked me that I should prepare something and plan what we want to do, and I thought, okay, he's a guy, so most likely he will be interested in some cars and automobile.
Yeah,
Cars, yeah. And I was in that time in Stuttgart, and this is a Daimler museum.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Sorry.
Mercedes-Benz at the end, and I just prepare everything and bought ticket or whatever, and we went to the car museum. And you can't imagine how lame and boring this museum was for both of us. So I thought that he's interested and he thought I'm interested, and we both were never ever interested in cars.
Yeah, so it was the most boring
Date
place
that we
where we could be, but at least we had a lot to talk about, and that was
Yeah.
good enough. So yeah, this is the story how we met each other.
Exactly.
Stefan is in the chat. Hey Stefan, nice to see you,
Stefan,
and
see
happy
you.
Christmas to you too. I hope you had a fantastic 2 days now.
Yeah, also hi, so.
So, and you talked already about variables, and I think it's the perfect timing, because if you already got into that, I prepared the very first video of Mahtab that she did last year, and she talked about variables and how to do that. And I think you applied for a mentorship at university, right?
Yeah, I mentioned that I did a 6 months course in university, and after that I was in a Slack group, and they asked for mentorships, and I had a great idea that I can start with mentorship after 6 months of programming course for sure, and I can be a mentor.
Yeah.
And for that I had to prepare a video.
Should we take a look at?
Yeah, okay, go for it. This is really my first, so no judgment, guys.
So this is just a small part of it. I really hope it works directly. Let's see.
As you see, in my
loud.
example, I had to change each of string that I wrote to have a new string or to change as I wanted. That means I need more time and I have to write and change more. In this case, variables will help us to reduce our work and don't waste our time. What are variables? Actually, you can use a variable like a box. I have here just a box and it's empty. Let me show you something. I want to write hello words. I will just write it in a piece of paper and I will write hello world. I write here, hello world. I have here this box. This box is my variable. I open this box, I put hello world in my box, and I close the box. The name of this box, I will call this box word. And that means I have here box. In this box is the thing, is the string that I wanted, and I can use this box as often as I want in my program. But how does it work? Let me show you.
All right. So let me check how we can. Where is it? So, all right, here we are. Yeah, so that was the first video of Mahtab.
Yeah, and I invested so much time in this video, and I thought this is the best video that I could ever do.
Yeah, I think you did a very good job at that video. I mean,
Yeah.
For the very first video, I think you didn't have any equipment. Was
And
the
I
webcam
had
on the
actually
computer and
after
so
that
on?
also an interview with Udacity, but yeah, they didn't accept me,
Yeah,
which is
not too
so
bad,
far. I
right?
mean,
You
yeah.
it was the first videos and the first knowledge there. So any plans for Navigator 2.0? Yes, we have plans, but actually I want to wait at least a little bit longer,
Yeah.
because at the moment there's a lot of discussions if Navigator 2.0 is really the best solution. As soon as I know that it will stick the standard and nothing will change anymore, then I will go further into it, because I had already a look in it and it's not too easy to understand. It's quite complex actually, or a bit more complex than before, so I will have there another look. Then are we too lucky?
We are lucky that we are both in software.
Yeah, that's true.
This is true.
As I said, the last, I think I made a tweet 2 or 3 days ago where we sit with a wine glass and try to write some code in the pair program
session.
tool.
Yeah, it's
That
right.
was so funny, and at least that I have this joy and I can enjoy that, and Mahtab enjoys it. It's like,
I mean, a couple
so
of
great.
years ago, I couldn't believe that I will be a software developer or can change my career path. And
Yeah.
at the moment, it's like that. Hey, Max, can we do just some pair programming and explain what's going on in here and there?
yeah. I think, how long was your journey at the end from industrial engineering salesperson to a fully fledged software engineer that you are now?
So I started the beginning of this year with Flutter
Mhm.
to learn Flutter, and after that, in September this year, I got a position as a software engineer.
All right.
That means from 2017 till now is 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So,
Yes.
would you say there is a shortcut from that? So would you say that you would be able in the first year that you could already start as a software engineer, or did you need the time?
Wait, now we are 2020, right?
Correct,
This is
yes.
3.5, right?
That's 3 years at the end, I guess.
I started 2018.
Okay, so from
2018 I started with the Udacity, and I took
Makes
2.5 years till become a software engineer and be hired from company.
Mhm.
To be honest, I don't know. Probably there are some more talented guys outside, or they are more interested, whatever, they can maybe grasp faster than me. But I think at the end you need the time to learn, to understand, to repeat and repeat the stuff and practice, and after that try to create your own projects and implement what you learned.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think you mentioned all the aspects that you need to learn something. That's very good. I mean, to repeat is one of the most important things, especially what is a class, what is an attribute, why is there something like a method and a function. I mean, every day we made a walk and every day asked you the same questions until you perfectly answered them. And
Yeah.
repetition is maybe boring, but it helps you to understand the things.
Yeah.
Do you have hobbies? Like, do you do something
Well,
else than programming?
Yeah, for sure. So I love sport.
Oh yeah, she
I
loves
like
sports.
sport, and I love Zumba. So this is one of the most things that I'm interested in. And I try, even if in the pandemic, I try to do twice the week, do some with YouTube or whatever, do some gym stuff, and violin. I'm playing violin.
Oh yeah, true. Forgot about that.
Yes,
True.
exactly. And these are my hobbies. How about you, Max? What are your hobbies?
First and foremost, my favorite hobby is I try to avoid sport as long as I can.
It's so true. It's so true.
I'm really happy if I don't have to do sports in general. And at the end, I'm playing computer games. I really love it. I'm at the moment Cyberpunk. It's like the most time invested in there. And what do I do else?
Can I answer
Yeah.
one of them? Programming. Coding is one of also your hobbies, I would say.
True.
So if you want to creating some program or some stuff or app or whatever, you really enjoy to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would say your work is somehow your hobby.
That's true.
Isn't it?
For me, absolutely. Which game do I love most? That's a very good question. I really love Cyberpunk because I'm playing it on Stadia, so everything is fine there. But which one I love most? I think Monkey Island, because I still play it every Christmas or every the winter days. It's a game that I can finish in 2 or 3 days, and I really love the dialogues. I really like it. It's very old, and I love the music.
Okay, Max.
Right.
Yes, I would like to ask you one other question.
Okay.
What did you study?
I had a very boring path, to be honest, compared to you, because you had all these difficulties and hurdles, I think. For me, it was a very straightforward way. I was in the school. I had some problems in school. Other people are way faster there than I am. But after that, I started really as a software engineer. I knew exactly when I was at the first school in Germany, I was directly, okay, I want to be a software engineer. I want to have something to do with computers. And then I was playing, I'm sorry, I have to think about it. Because I knew that, I never had an option to not study software engineering. And because I was already good in Windows 3.1 and I don't know, whatever, I thought it need to be possible to learn something like that and also do it. And as I go further and studied it, and after that I directly jumped into work as a software engineer, as a software consultant.
Okay, wait a minute. Sorry to interrupt you.
No
I
worries.
want to ask just because there are many people out there who doesn't have a CS degree as well. I'm just curious to know. You studied Wissenschaft Informatik.
Yes,
which is
business information technology, something like that.
Business information technology. I think it's the perfect translation. Would you say that you have been ready for a software development job after you finish your study?
A very good question. I had the luck that I would say yes, because I had a dual system. Like I had 50% of the time I was at university, and 50% of the time I was at the company and worked with them. And it was always the same company for 3 years. So I really got introduced into the job that I will do. I was sitting in front of a computer for 8 hours. And this is something that most people really don't see if they think about software engineering. You really have to sit on the computer. You have to write code, right? You are a producing machine somehow. And thanks to that, I was really available for the job later. I really knew what comes onto me. I knew about stuff like design patterns. A friend of mine, my before mentor, more or less, he explained me how design patterns work, things that I should read. He introduced me to things that I still use today and that I'm still applicable today. So I was lucky. I was directly perfect, ready for the job, more or less. I think a lot of people have their more problems.
I would say you didn't have the classic way of university, right? Because normally if you are going to the university, you are going just to the university, you are writing your exam, you are completing them and go further. If you are very good, you maybe take some internship, but this way that you did it is not so very popular. I'm not sure if there is something like that also in other countries. I know that just from Germany.
Yeah. I think we are pretty lucky with that, or with that system. I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it to everyone who wants to do that. But I can also see the university pure way, because you have a little bit more freedom. All right, we have a pretty active chat. Do we have something that we should talk about? How long can I play a single game continuously? I don't know, actually. I think 10 hours.
Very long.
I don't have to sleep. That is the benefit. I don't like to sleep. I lose time there. Yeah. So I just take a look if I find my questions, my rest of the questions, then I can ask Mahtab also something. I don't use Twitter. Maybe that's not a good idea because a lot of the Flutter community is on Twitter.
Yeah, the Flutter community is very active on Twitter,
Yeah.
and I would say you get so many inspiration from the Flutter community that it's really worth it to join Twitter.
Yeah.
I think Twitter is one of the social media that we all use at all.
Yeah, that's true. Where I'm also pretty active, including the Flutter team. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Can I
Instagram.
take you on Instagram?
I think they talk with each other.
Yeah, okay, great.
Not because we don't have Instagram, so no. Maybe we should start one. You know how good I am with Instagram, right?
No,
From the world travel.
You will start it, and the rest I should take care of that. Leave it, Max.
When did I have this idea of starting YouTube? If you check this channel, it started 2006. That was when my first idea came into mind, and I was a Let's Playing channel at the beginning. I think 3 or 4 years ago, I was like, oh, let's start a little bit of Let's Play. And that was where I first created some videos and really looked at them and said, hey, they are garbage. I don't like them. Nobody else wanted to see them. So I really was disappointed and stopped. Then we were on world travel, and actually there we have created some videos. I don't know if the channel is still active, but if you search Max and Mahtab or M&M Adventures or something,
search for that.
then you will find our world travel videos. And this was the first time that I really invested some time to learn how is Flutter is working and how is it going and so on and so forth. Not Flutter, sorry. How video creation is working, and how much time it takes. Because on the world travel, it was crazy how much time we invested in cutting videos and finding the right things, recording, and recording takes a lot of time. So we learned slowly how to make better videos. And then at the end, the really best part was when I started this year at January, I saw Florin Pop. And Florin Pop, the purple chef, purple boss, I don't know how you call him, he started with, oh, let's make 30 days, 30 videos and publish every day a video. And I thought, hey, good idea. Let's start with that. Hey, Robert. And with that idea in mind, I really started to, okay, I invest now time. And every day to make a video was also a push for myself because I need something that keeps me up with something. If I get bored or if I make a break or something, then it's over. Usually. So that really helped me, and now I stick with it.
Exactly. And after a while, Max motivated me also to join him.
Which was a perfect idea. And
creating YouTube videos, which was also, I would say, a great start for be seen in the community and also get some requests for talks. So, Max,
the idea of starting a YouTube Flutter. So when did we start with Flutter?
You started at the middle of 2019.
Correct, last year in the middle, I think, somewhere. I saw Google I/O 2019 and I was like, you can do that mobile? I just know Xamarin until that, and Xamarin is like horrible slow to develop in. And so I was like, wow, that's a new technology. I want really to dig deeper inside and understand it. And then I started to motivate other people, right?
Yes, exactly. Because at this time, as Max started with learning Flutter, I was working. I had an internship in New Zealand with a startup company, and there I used the Xamarin, and that was really, really hard. That was not so nice. So after Max motivated me, I had also a look into Flutter, and I gave it a try with the Udemy course. I think we mentioned it already in our videos as well.
Yeah, true.
This is from, tell me, the lady?
In the video, the lady?
No, I mean from Angela Yu.
Yeah. She made a fantastic course, But I think today I would recommend people more the one from Andrea Bizzetto, I think is the name. Yeah, Code with Andreas. He made fantastic courses.
Exactly.
I was really impressed on what it did. All right. So.
Good, Max.
I think we have a lot of questions done already, and if the chat does not have more questions, I would maybe destroy 2020 and we would go further with 2021.
Okay. But
Yeah.
may I ask you one more question?
Okay, one more.
What
You have so
do
many
you
prepared,
love?
jeez.
Yeah.
Thousands of
You
questions.
asked me to prepare some questions, so come on. What do you love the most about programming and development?
Wow. That's a good question. For me, it is personally a bit complicated. I am not just a developer. I don't write code, right? For me, the most important thing about the whole thing was when I could explain people how the thing's working and how to bring them the different parts together, because programming is super complex. You know, you have a lot of things, and it's not really like a language that you once learn and you know everything. You have to learn every day. And then there are business people, and they struggle usually to understand the easiest things of development. They just say, I need a button that needs to click, and after that everything should be perfect. And we have to make sure that we explain them all the different parts of it and bring that into their applications and motivate everyone. We have to sell our product, we have to sell it to ourselves, and we have so many different aspects of development.
Yeah.
I mean, front end, back end, architecture, I don't know, state management, name it. Or you can create in every part. You can be a specialized, you can be generalized, and you can also create your own things. And the best thing is you can create absolutely everything.
Yeah, it's true.
If you work with robots, you can create that. If you work on a website, you can create that. As a developer, you have everything on your hands, more or less.
Normally we get also a question from the business side, for example, is it possible to do it?
Yeah, which is always a fantastic question.
Yeah, for sure we can do it. It's the question of time and money.
Correct.
If we want to do that and invest that.
Yeah. Cool.
Do you have any questions?
I have more questions, yeah, but I thought because we reached already the 1 hour mark.
Okay.
But, all right, let's see. What are your... No, this is for later. How did you survive the first months of your employment?
This is a good question, Max. To be honest, I didn't know that I can survive it or not. I was hopeful for that, but I started with in the new company as a Flutter developer, which was awesome. I knew that I will get hired from a company as a software developer, but I didn't know that I can really get a Flutter developer position.
Yeah.
And I would say we have a perfect team. I'm really lucky. I have a supportive team. I have a great team. They are very communicative.
All right.
So we have, like many other companies, we have Scrum as agile methodology, and we have our dailies. If we have any problem, or if I had any problem, I could just reach to some colleagues and do pair programming. Pair programming is one of the key elements in our company.
All right.
And I love that.
Okay.
And I think this is one of the key stuff that helped me to improve myself as software developer and improve also the communication and one of the team members.
The good thing is that we started beforehand, right? We already did that with the recipe app.
Exactly. And to do a pair programming, it's sometimes really hard when someone just look over your shoulder and you should write something or explain something like that. And I still should overcome that, but thanks to our pair programming session, I think I was not so bad, I would say.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. I mean, that was a very hard time, I guess, from that to jump right into it. You not only learned how to code in the last couple of years, you also started to really be professional in it, right? And professionality means that you also do it even then if you don't like it at the moment. You know, that's also part of it.
Yeah, I mean, for my birthday, you gave me the clean code book.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have it, and it's I mean, it's not a hobby book. You have to read it, you have to understand it, and you have to implement it in your daily job.
Indeed.
So you should improve yourself every day.
What is the most challenging part of the whole software engineering part that you have now at your employee? What do you think is, with one word maybe, what is the most challenging part of it? Or why do you think now, I hear from you that you sometimes feel that it is way more pressure than in the last job that you had? And where does that come from? What do you think?
I would say two things. There's always some new stuff that you have to learn.
Yeah.
So even if you think you can do it you could complete your task very well. The next task is not the same as previous task. You will have always some, I would say, not that you didn't consider stuff. And the other thing is I think the Scrum methodology and the daily from every day that you should report to the team, what could you solve, but what you didn't could also solve, is one thing that is have many pressure, I would say.
Okay.
And also end of the sprint, end of the 2 weeks, we have 2 weeks sprint, and I would say from the middle of the second week, you have you feel the pressure that I have to complete my task.
Sure.
I should create a PR, and I will get some comments and feedback, and I have to improve it, but I still should complete it. And I think this is also the transparency that you have in a Scrum environment. It makes some pressure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I can really understand that. So that sounds perfect. So. A lot of questions are here in the chat about the Flutter event in March, and I have to be honest, I have no idea.
I don't have also.
I really hope that they sell now the Octopus, if you know that thing, that where you have the multiple devices on one thing. That would be amazing to take with customers. Hey, we can develop here something and you can see it on 5 screens.
But what I can also be happy if they do that is about Flutter for web improvement. That you can...
But to be honest, I think it would be far away that Flutter Web is getting super stable, because if you think about it, the performance problems on Firefox are really significant, and the CEO problems are also significant. And I cannot imagine that they manage it in 3 months to solve all these problems without changing something in the master channel, because in the master channel we would see something, you know. So I would not take that as granted at the end.
What do you think, guys? What's gonna be the event about?
I think they already talked about it, videos by them. But for us, I think what we can do now, because we talked already a lot about this year, about our questions. I hope you... Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I still have one, but I'm happy with that. So let's destroy this year, thanks to John Oliver. I think you know all that one here. And you see how good I'm prepared today, so that's it. I have to be careful with the other stuff, so bring us back here. So let's talk a little bit about 2021. Do we see you more on this channel, Mahtab? What is your guess?
I would say I will do my best to bring at least 1 to 2 videos per month out. Because of my new job and new position, I had so many pressure from all the side and improvement that I couldn't manage it in the last year, at least in the last 3 months. And I will try my best to change that.
All right. So, I hear already that you are invited to some talks in Flutter, right, again, for next year. So what are your plans there?
Oh my goodness. I got asked again from the, got asked from the Flutter London.
From Flutter London?
No, it's not. Okay, this is a meetup. Flutter Hub, is it right?
Flutter Hub, I think.
Flutter Hub, yes.
From Chloe.
From Chloe, yes, exactly. From Chloe, which is going to be on 28th of January. Then it's a meetup, and I have been invited also to give a tech talk. But I won't tell you what's the topic
about. Because you don't want to, or because you can't?
Because we both.
Mahtab, someone is asking me if I should say something in German. That is, ich bin ein Flutter-Junge und ich habe einen YouTube-Channel. Is that correct? Can you say that? That is correct, please?
This is actually correct.
Correct. Can you say it in Farsi?
Can you translate and speak? Which one is it? Is it this?
Yeah, I think this is this below.
Ich bin ein Flutter-Junge, hast du gesagt?
Yes, it's very direct translated.
Word to word. So, oh, come on. Maniac, Flutter developer? Nej, come on. Mühendis computer هستم. در رابطه با فلاتر و من ویدیو برای یوتیوب درست میکنم.
Perfect.
And you can't admit if it's right or not. It's a good feeling, guys. Good job, Mahtab.
All right, Thomas, thank you for joining today. It was fantastic. Okay, but now 2021. So we will see you more. We have more, maybe one video a month, I think. We just agreed now.
Yeah.
I think from my side, I will... Sam, you know what you are talking about? Maybe she insulted all of us. So.
I won't do that,
Yeah.
guys.
So that's the perfect thing about the multi-language, right? Everyone can speak here something.
Exactly. So what are the plans for you, Max? What are the plans for our Flutter Explained channel?
In general, well, I have prepared already the January, February and March on videos, what we want to show, where, as I said, the full stack development a little bit more in focus. I want to bring, if I can, or if I'm able to, I want to have 2 live streams a week now on Twitch. So you can join over on Twitch. That is Max Flutter, I think is the channel at the moment. So it would be perfect if you join also there. Other things that I want to try is bringing the Flutter journey. So how did we learn Flutter step by step, how everyone else could learn Flutter. We want to make a Flutter quiz with the community, but it is still in my pipeline. I still have it open. I already prepared some questions, but we really want to get some people inside who also are enjoying that. Maybe some YouTubers. I'm not yet sure. We have still open integration tests, right? We want to talk about that. We have
the solid principle,
so much stuff. Yeah,
stack
solids.
management, and there are so many topics.
Yeah, and also if everything goes well, and you know, this is a planning video, so mostly that is just talking about the future, which is always hard. I want to see a course on Flutter or Dart, so that we really manage to create a course for that. And what I also would like to see is, and this is a bold statement, but like 30,000 subscribers on this channel.
Yes, why not? I mean, Max, I will never ever forget as we reached 100 followers,
Yeah, that's
subscribers on YouTube channel, and we were so happy, guys, so happy. We thought, wow, we are so good, and we could reach 100 subscribers.
Yes.
And now we have more than 700,000 subscribers, and
The
I mean,
problem
everything is achievable.
The interesting
and
part
doable.
is how the goal has reached, right? At the beginning of the year, we wanted to reach 1,000 subscribers at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Now we overachieved slightly. Yes, AKS,
Yes.
I'm on Twitch. It's Max Flutter, or you find it down in the video description, probably. I hope at least. Not so important. I will do it later. Yeah.
Exactly, and I hope that 2021 gonna be a better day, a better year for all of us.
Yeah, that's
guys.
true. 2020 was really a nightmare, from healthcare problems to, I don't know, there was this explosion in the city, and we got only problems this year, I think. And so I'm pretty happy that this year is nearly over.
Yeah.
And we really hope that it's getting better in the next couple of months, and maybe. Yeah,
with the
that
vaccine and
gets
everything.
easier,
I hope that every country can get vaccine and overcome this pandemic, and we can think about something else than Corona.
Yeah, and don't get sick.
Yeah.
So for us, I think that's everything for today.
We talked a lot.
We talked a lot, 1 hour. Thank you, Mahtab. I really hope to see you more next year. Maybe we can finish our recipe app too. Oh,
we have so many open stuff.
Now I get
I don't
this
know
head
how.
here.
Yeah, okay, just like that.
So exactly, and then we can finish the recipe app. That we can work on that a bit more. And I'm really looking forward to everything else. And thank you so much for joining for today. I really hope you liked that bit of a recap on Flutter Explained. Merry Christmas to all of you. Have a fantastic start in the next year, 2021.
Yes, and a happy new year also. Stay safe, take care of yourself and your family, and enjoy the rest of the holidays.
Exactly. So thanks.